Hey, I want to talk to you about my recent visit to Calhoun, Georgia, where I went to Crane Eater Community Church. They are in the Accelerator program, and we've been able to do a lot together. We've been able to accomplish a lot together as a team. So just wanted to share with you what we worked on and how we got there. When they first joined the Accelerator program, one of their top concerns was just the amount of time that it was taking to do their in-ear monitor mixes during rehearsal. So we addressed this in a few different ways. So one, we made sure that their mixing console was optimized. So there are just certain ways that we do things that really make a console work in its most optimal way. Some tips and tricks that we throw in there. So I was able to remotely access their computer. We do this for everyone in the Accelerator program. They download a desktop remote client that we're able to log into their computers that are on site in their production booths in different places. And one of those things is the mixing console. Because it's connected to the network, we're able to access it with an editor. So I was able to make the changes with them remotely on their scene file. Some of that I did at home and then just gave them the file and they uploaded it. But we got to a point where we were really able to make the most of their mixing console and X32, all of their inputs and outputs, all of the routing, the effects on it, and the way that it got to their in-ear monitors. Anytime I change how a P16 physical personal mixer is laid out, I always make sure to print a new label, and the label template that we use is really clean and makes it a lot easier to actually operate the P16 for all of the musicians as well. For the 2 days that I was there, we made sure to have a rehearsal, and during that rehearsal, I spent a lot of time showing how I run a sound check and rehearsal, and in that is a moment when we switched to a virtual sound check to specifically mix in-ear monitors. So here are the steps. 1, get gain structure on each instrument. Have the drummer play the kick drum, the snare drum, the toms, the overheads. Have the bass player play as loud as they're going to play during the service, and make sure that your gain structure is set properly. That is the foundational number 1 thing to do. Number 2, have the band play a little bit. Make sure that they can at least hear the click, get through a song, and be able to play a song with their mix as is. It may not be perfect, but it's going to be able to let them play their part. Then we move on to recording a song, or a lot of times I just do half a song, and usually I try and ask to make sure it is the loudest part of the song, or at least one of the loudest parts of the song is there, and that all of the musicians are playing during it. And we record that using a multi-track recording like a DAW software. And in this case, I think we went with Waveform because it's free and it works great. So we're able to record all of the channels to Waveform, and then we stop that recording. And then on most consoles, you have the option to adjust the routing, or a lot of times you have an actual flip input button. So in this case, on the X32, we made it so that we could easily flip inputs to the playback inputs. And so we were able to then switch to all of the inputs on the console coming from the DAW waveform. So every channel, kick drum, bass guitar, every vocal is coming through the console now, but it's coming through the computer. So this allows each musician and singer to adjust their in-ear mix and hear every instrument, every vocal at the same time without having to sing or play while they're trying to adjust their in-ears. So again, quick overview: get gain structure, make sure each musician can get through and vocalist can get through a song, and then record half a song, play back half a song. During that time, everyone adjusts their own in-ears, and then boom, you're back to getting an actual rehearsal done. So this workflow worked well for Crane Eater. It's worked well for other churches that I've been a part of or been able to help through the Accelerator program. So we used that workflow, and that really cut down on their number 1 concern in joining the program, is the time spent mixing the in-ears during rehearsal. Additionally, during this process, one of the musicians was really having a hard time with their in-ears, and we were able to take multiple different people and in-ear sets and determine determined that it was actually her in-ears that were a problem. So a lot of times you can use the process of elimination, change out one cable or one DI box or instrument at a time and find out where the breaking point is. And that will really help you with your just general problem solving, doing anything in production. For the video and presentation, a few other things that we addressed during their time in the Accelerator program were: one, acoustic treatment. The acoustics in this room were not great. It was all drywall walls except for the backstage had a stone wall. So they were able to purchase and hang all of their acoustic panels before I arrived, which really helped with me being able to tune the room properly while I was there. So while I was there, like I said, I tuned the room. I saw that there was a graphic EQ in the rack in the amp room, and it's really hard to adjust this while you're listening to what the PA is doing because you are, out in the sanctuary and this analog graphic EQ is in a back rack in, a different part of the building. So not very optimal setup there. So what I was able to do was just remove that graphic EQ and then repatch the amps so that I had, separate control, be able to make it a stereo system for the room, and then do the graphic EQ from the console. The audio that was going to the live stream before was going through the 3.5 millimeter jack on the ATEM that they have for their live stream switcher, and the 3.5 millimeter analog protocol doesn't have the best preamp inside of that ATEM. So we were able to switch that to USB audio going straight from their X32 into Pro Presenter, which they started using for their live stream, so that we were able to avoid any digital to analog and analog to digital conversions and just, keep it fully digital to the live stream, which also helped with the cable management and just having one cable that goes from the live stream computer to the Pro Presenter. Just have one USB cable that goes from the mixing console to the live stream computer and handle that audio. Like I said, they are using Pro Presenter to live stream, and previously they were using OBS. So we were able to switch to one computer running Pro Presenter for the in-house graphics and then one computer running OBS for the live stream, to still two computers, but one of them running Pro Presenter for in-house and the other one also running Pro Presenter just for the live stream. Doing this, we were able to utilize looks and macros and different tools within Pro Presenter that we were able to make the job of both the person doing the computer graphics in the room as well as the live stream a lot easier and smoother, utilizing some of those automation tools. Those two computers are connected via NDI, so we were able to send the lower thirds lyrics from the computer graphics Pro Presenter machine to the computer running Pro Presenter for the live stream, and that person's able to click through the slides and all of the lyrics show up at the right time on their lower third for their live stream. When we review these on-site assessments, a lot of times we have been installing equipment, but this time we were able to really just utilize what they had and streamline their workflows and make things operate a lot smoother by either removing unnecessary things or using what they had in a better way. And a lot of this was done remotely. Paul and Patrick and Donna and other people on the team really made an effort to watch the videos that were provided, to get on coaching calls with me over Zoom, and then implement the things that we found were the best solutions before I even arrived on site. So when I did arrive on site, I was able to utilize the time really well. I was there on a Sunday, so I was able to help with production on Sunday, and then we had a great lunch with the full worship and production team, and we were able to have discussions. And so them putting in the work ahead of time really made it so that the time while I was there could be used really well. If you want an experience like this, if you want me or someone on the Churchfront team to come visit your church and for us to work together to accomplish your ministry goals, please go to churchfront.com/apply to find out if it's a good fit for us to work together. I would love to help you and your ministry. It's a blessing to us, the Churchfront team, to be able to help different churches around the country in person and around the world online with all of these things. So please go do that. I would love to help you guys in whatever way we can. I hope that this video is helpful. Let us know in the comments, and we will see you next time.